held by?
The lease.
What?
Joanne?
The lease to the property is connects the Department of State Department of Natural Resources connection public. Got it?
Connection of
Connection public charter.
Okay.
Okay, so the school is the leaseholder for the property, but the facility, the physical structure is CBES.
Great.
And connection gonna rent from them? Get to use it free?
That would be a decision by
Yeah,
CBES.
that's
CBES is supporting the school. That'll be their decision if they're going to charge us rent or not.
And CBES is a nonprofit.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
might be
Yes, sir.
some way.
Yes.
This is actually a question for Leo. What is your role with connections right now?
Right now, I'm consulting for feedback. There's been a transition with the legal representation to be done by the Attorney General's office. Just like all the other consultants, like the traffic or planners, I've been asked to consult with them, just like any other consultant.
Through Chair Kaumana's office. And I have a question.
So your position on the water board is,
I'm a board member. I actually am on the water board.
I see, you don't think that's a conflict of interest to what you're consulting for now?
I actually evaluate just the land use with the regulatory officer part of the water calculation. I'm not doing that in the communication. I see it, but I'm not initiating or facilitating those conversations.
One more question. Monica Morris is your sister-in-law. She's going to be the Attorney General that's representing. Do you see a conflict of interest with your position and her position as the Attorney General?
She's evaluating the legal steps for connections. I'm just evaluating the land use requirements. Definitely will vet that question out. I just provide all the background information related to the regulatory processing and entitlement. I don't have to, but that's what you guys can ask.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Will the school be open to considering an alternative location? Will the school is the school open to seeking an alternative location, knowing of the community opposition?
Well, right now we spent a great deal of money on this project, and I'm not saying money is the reason why we keep going. That's not what I'm saying. But what we have done from the beginning, we've given the opportunity to pick what property from the state. This is the property that we were told we can have. This.
Excuse me. You might as well answer my second question now. When you asked the state for the property, were there parameters set, such as properties within Hilo proper or East Hawaii? Or you mentioned 7 locations were given to you. But my question is, what was asked in return for what was given?
I don't know exactly what was asked. Mr. Thatcher did it, but I know that he asked for, is there state land that the school can use to combine our facilities? And we were given a list of 7 properties. And out of those 7, 5 were automatically, I think someone said before about agriculture. We're trying to build an agriculture department. That land is agriculture. There were properties on that list that were not zoned agriculture, so that doesn't make sense. Well, how can we do that? Other properties, there was one was 100 something, it was way too large. Another one was way too small. So this property was the only one that we could do a ag department, like we want to do on an ag piece of land, and try to bring both campuses together.
Okay, so you don't know whether there were parameters set in that letter to say, okay, we want properties within Hilo or not.
I don't know exactly.
So now you can answer the first question then. is the school open to seeking another location at this time?
That's a good question. Right now, we are focusing on getting this piece of property. We're trying to figure out everything we can for this. This is where our energy is. This is where we've been working the past 5 years to go to. This is the property that we've been given to move forward. So I think if the state or the county comes back and tells us, no, you can't use that, then I guess we have to look for another property. And I don't know what will happen at that point. I don't know. Everything is up in the air. We're moving along as we can.
So you're saying that there's no plan B right now?
There's no plan B.
Yes.
If there is a plan B, I'm not really sure of it.
So there is no plan B. I expect this.
Because, again, we have been going through plan B, C, D, E. We've been going through that over the course of 5-6 years. We have been going through A, B, C, D.
I meant plan B in terms of the context of the location of the school.
The location of that? From what I understand, there is no other location. Because again, we had 7 pieces given to us. This was the one. So, I mean, I know you said to go to La Jolla, but La Jolla already has a charter school on their campus. And I don't know if that's the best case for us to move out there. I know that for that property, the research that we have done, that to us is the best property to bring both of our campuses, for the agriculture department, for the reforestation, for the conservation, for the caves right there, the learning. That's the best property that we feel would benefit the school the most.
So it just sounds to me that it's pretty much set in concrete. I mean, that's what I wanted to know. That's why I came here today, because I wasn't quite sure whether that was the case. And I guess it is.
I mean, that's where we're trying to move forward with the property. That's where we're moving forward. Because again, the research over the past several years, this is the one that we are moving forward with. This is the one that we're trying to make happen. I mean, it's kind of hard because you're asking me that question, but at the same time, not you, but others are saying, no, it ain't going to happen, too bad. And so it's hard for me to say, but you know what? In my opinion, we have done the research over the past several years, and this is the property that we're moving forward with. Is there something else out in the future? I don't know. I know for today, in this moment in time, you're asking me that question. I say we are moving forward with this project because this is what we have. This is what we have in front of us. This is what the state has given us to use. So this is what we're trying to use. I don't know what the future is.
Even though at this point in time, you don't know if this campus can even accommodate your entire school. At this point in time, you only know that that campus can accommodate 70 students, less than 70 students. So you continue to move forward with that piece of property, not even knowing if this can even fulfill your requirements.
I know we can because we have the calculations together, and I have experts that told me that yes, we can. But whether the county, I should say, instead of the state, whether they accept it or not is another issue. But I can't, but how can I sit back and wait until 3 years from now, and then I hear we need to try and move forward with whatever we need to keep doing?
Well, before you bulldoze, in communities, before you spend millions of dollars to build facilities, I would think you should make sure that you can actually move forward with your complete plans.
Which is why the special use permit is in place right now. And
She
that's,
said 7 people.
That was based on formula for
Yeah,
and
I
I don't
know,
want
but
to
you
take it
don't
out of
have-
context, but I hear you repeating 70, 70, 70.
That's what you said.
That's correct. That's based on a formula, and those formulas are being vetted out by the Department of Water Supply.
But they could come back and say, sorry.
They
That-
could, but they
so the
could
point
also
is-
come back and
Correct.
say something else. So
Right.
need
So why
something
don't we
that
do this?
needs to be merged out.
I'm with it. But why are we doing this right now? Why wasn't this? Right. No. You're not hearing me. Why wasn't this done before March 28th? Why are you doing water calculations now? Why are you vetting water calculations now?
we're not. We have been working, like I just answered, we have been doing things over the years.
Right.
We have done these studies, we have done but in the special use permit, this is where all of this comes up.
Okay.
So now during the special use permit process is where the yes or no's come in, or you have to change this, or give us a new calculation. And that's exactly what we're facing right now. We've had this.
Okay, but there are probably, and they're laughing, but there are probably there are probably other areas where you knew you weren't having to make all these special considerations to hit the 4,200. Correct.
I'm sorry.
Couldn't there possibly be another, and first I want to get an answer to this. Are you looking at alternative locations? You would say yes or no.
No.
Thank you. Okay. Couldn't there be another property that doesn't have a 4,200 gallon cap on it, where you would know going in, yes, at this 60 gallon per student calculation, we know we can make our 300 student target, right? Couldn't there possibly be that location somewhere?
There
Yes
might be.
or no?
There might be. Yeah, I'm
So, here's what I'm getting at. You know you're threading a needle. You know going in that without any special considerations, you can only do 70 students. With all these modifications, you're trying to get the county to accept more than 60. But you don't know whether you're going to, I know you're laughing, but is it a foregone conclusion that they're going to accept it, yes or no?
They will accept.
More than 70. Is it a foregone conclusion or is it up in the air?
The water department will accept.
Is it a foregone conclusion that they're going to accept a number less than 60 gallons per student?
Is it a foregone conclusion that they will accept?
Do you know for a fact?
Yes, because we have other models where
You know for a fact that they will accept less than 60.
I cannot make that statement, but we have other models that they have accepted less than 60 gallons per student.
So you have accepted less than, you have something on the table that's less than 60 per student, but it's been accepted by the county.
Yes, and other counties from the state.
No. This county, with this group, right?
There are other models.
Okay, and what's that number?
Well, again, it depends on what's being proposed. So those are all the variables that have to be taken into consideration. So I've seen some that will accept as low as 15 gallons per student or per resident. I mean, residential or commercial development. Yeah, I've seen it go as low as 15. For some, yes. But again, there's all these other variables that are.
If it were me, if you started with more water, it would have made a lot of sense. Because then you would know, then you'd be able to say yes, this is how they don't think. If not, we're hoping they will accept our formula. Because you don't know what they're willing. And if they don't, then what do we go?
I understand. Okay. I understand 100%. And I hope you understand, or hear, I should say. I hope you hear what I'm saying, is that we can't sit back and wait for somebody to come up one day to the front office and say, hey, you know what, Mr. Turner, here's a brand new campus for you, here's $100 million, go for it. And so I think that's where we're coming from, that we can't sit back and wait for someone to do that to us. So we're trying to do what we can to defend for ourselves, to make it happen ourselves. And I understand exactly what you're saying. And bottom line, anything can go up in our face, right? Everything can. They can come back and say, no, you can't do this, you only can have 60, then what? Then we just spent $8 million on 60 kids. But they can turn around and say, you can have 380 kids. Go ahead, build it all you want to. They can say that too. I am not a person, and maybe this is just me, I can't sit back and wait for the what ifs. Because what if yes?
Right.
So that's where I think I keep going.
We're just looking for a number. And you're not giving us one. And we understand why you're not giving us one.
Wait, what number we're not giving you? I'm sorry.
Something less than 60. Something more than 70.
But we can't give you that.
I understand that. But realize that we're leaving a community meeting without that answer, and you're laughing and you're shaking your head.
Well,
Okay. That may be acceptable, and you're giving us 20 reasons why that's true, but you're still not able to give us that number.
I can't give you that number because this is the process.
I understand the process.
So how can I give you the number if,
Understand we're at a community meeting. You're telling
Right.
us you're going to have 300 students and you're showing us on paper that you can have 7. Please understand that.
right, I
And
didn't
hear that.
yes, I
I
did.
understand why. But you're still not able to do that. And we're
But,
supposed to trust you again.
because again, I won't know that answer
I understand.
until that application is accepted. So,
Okay, then
so
I
then
am
the
not
best thing
supportive
to
of
do,
this project until I hear.
I just was gonna say that. I just was gonna say, when that's accepted, then we can have another one and then we can give you direct exact numbers on exactly what we
What
said.
actually have that application to give up? I mean, and that was the planning department at the time of the issues directly.
And my point was, had you chosen another property, we wouldn't be waiting for this to happen. Correct?
This
If
is
you
the
had- If you had more than 4,200 gallons of water allocated on a different property, you could make your 60-gallon students without doing anything.
From what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, is this is the process for anything that a state entity has to do. We have to file a special use permit, and we have to turn in these calculations regardless of how much water they are or are not going to give us.
Okay, but if you knew that your calculations, is it just me or is it me?
No, I understand exactly what you're saying, and it's just hard because the answer is being,
I agree.
The answer is-
And that's part of our problem.
but again,
And we don't trust you. I don't trust you.
well, I'm sorry, I really
I
am.
am too.
I really am for that
I'm
because
an
I
educator. I love schools. I have kids.
well, all I'm trying to say, Jason, is that from day one, I know, and you all can shake your heads and disagree with me, and that's okay. I understand that. I know that I have been trying to do everything the right way. Did that happen? No, it didn't. Right? We're all in agreement that it didn't happen. For whatever reason, whatever the excuse is, my wife's in the hospital, John's in, that doesn't matter. Right? Everything didn't happen exactly like we said it would. Am I happy with that? No, I'm not. Am I happy with someone sitting across the table from me telling me straight to my face, I don't trust you? No, I'm not happy with that. Is there anything I can do about it? I can't do anything about what's happened in the past. I can't do, all I can tell you is that I have been trying. We have been trying. We have had conversations on how we can make this work. How we can try and give the correct information the best way. Here's the police report number. I want you to know I'm not trying to hide anything, whether you believe that or not. I'm telling you directly. I want you to hear that we're not hiding anything. We're not. And again, the way everything fell into place is not ideal. I understand that. We all acknowledge that things have happened that we did not expect. Right? I did not expect your backyard to be ripped out the way it has. I didn't expect to meet you the way I did. But we did. But I also didn't stand back and, all right, and pay the guy money. That didn't happen either. So I just want you to know that that's not what the intentions are. And honestly, I truly want to try and build whatever we need to. What I'm hearing from a lot of people is the answer to build the bridge is to move my school someplace else. If I move this, you're nodding your head, yes. Move your school someplace else, and then we can build the gap, and then we're all done. But how does that benefit us? So and I'm just giving information. Jason, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just giving information. What we are hearing is move your school out of our community, and then we'll be happy with you. And that's hard after all of the resources and money and energy and focus and everything that we're trying to do. We can't just turn around and say, okay, stop, we quit, we give up. We have to try and do what we think is right for our students.
Understood, but please don't act surprised that we're saying.
I'm not.
Paper said otherwise. Your principal said otherwise. You made a lot of people in the community feel like villains because they're calling you on stuff that isn't true.
Okay.
We're calling you on the mistrust.
Okay, let me answer to that then, because we're not saying that what happened with that is when our kids there has been community meetings. I don't remember exactly which one, and I don't even know if you were at that. There has been community meetings where people have sat right there and said, your students are going to rip off my house. Your kids from Pune